The meeting of foreign ministers in Brussels was chaired by the EU's foreign policy chief, Catherine Ashton. She says that the focus will now switch to a permanent deal regarding Iran's nuclear energy programme following the successful implementation of an interim deal agreed between Iran, the US, the UK, Russia, China, France and Germany.
I'm pleased to say that Iran has implemented the nuclear-related measures set out in the agreement, and we have adopted the necessary legislation to suspend certain sanctions for a period of 6 months. The suspension of these sanctions will enter into force today.
The EU foreign ministers also agreed on a blueprint for sending up to 1,000 European troops to the Central African Republic to help quell violence there. Fighting between Muslims and Christians in the country has driven nearly 1 million people from their homes. Meanwhile, the EU has called on Ukraine to reverse new legislation which bans protesting in the country. Foreign ministers also agreed to formulate a strategy later this year with a view to bringing about lasting security and democracy in Afghanistan. Peace talks in Geneva this week relating to the conflict in Syria were also discussed at length by the EU ministers.
It is vital that everyone who attends Geneva II does so on the same basis, that the aim of the meeting is to implement the Geneva I communiqué.
Additional technical talks regarding the nuclear energy programme deal with Iran will also take place this week in Geneva. Negotiations on a permanent long-term deal with Iran will begin next month. If successful, all international sanctions currently being imposed on the Islamic Republic will be lifted. Jerome Hughes, Press TV at the European Council, Brussels.